I have to admit, looking at the stack of essays and notes we have on the desk today, I was expecting something a little fluffy,
Yeah, I get that.
maybe a breakdown of romance novels or something.
hmm
But this is actually pretty heavy stuff. We're looking at sources that really dissect the mechanics of love.
It definitely goes deeper than your standard advice column. The mission of this deep dive isn't really to talk about how to get a date, but how to understand stability in a connection.
Right.
We're looking at a core distinction in these texts between loving someone's, let's say, shape versus loving their essence.
That distinction really threw me for a loop at first.
Yeah.
The shape part seems obvious. It's what we see. But the sources use this metaphor of the costume, and that really stuck with me.
It's a great metaphor, and it's incredibly practical. Think about what a costume is in this context. It's not just your clothes.
No, it's your face, your voice, your job title.
Exactly, your social status. The argument here is that all of those things are just temporary coverings.
Which is terrifying to think about when you look in the mirror and spot that first gray hair, by the way.
Right. But that's the point. If our connection to someone is anchored to the costume, we're in trouble.
Because costumes wear out.
They wear out. Faces age, voices change, careers crash. So if you love that specific configuration, your love is inherently unstable because the object of your affection is always shifting.
So the sources say stability comes from loving what was the phrase? The continuity of
Continuity of consciousness, yeah.
Okay, let's pause there. That sounds like something from a sci-fi novel.
Yeah.
What are we actually talking about here?
I know it sounds abstract, but think about yourself at 5 years old, then at 15, then right now.
Okay.
Your body is different, your circumstances are totally unrecognizable, but there is a sense of a sort of witness behind the eyes that feels like the same person, right?
Yeah, the me inside is the same, even if the me outside has a lot more back pain now.
That's the continuity. That's the pattern of being. When you love that, you aren't loving the hardware. You're loving the software. Or maybe the operator of the software.
I see. And that connection holds no matter what.
It holds regardless of whether the person gains weight or loses a job or transitions in some fundamental way.
That sounds beautiful, and honestly, it sounds like the ultimate goal. But as I was reading, I started wondering, isn't there a huge risk here?
Go on.
If I'm focusing so much on this invisible essence, couldn't I just start, ignoring reality?
That is the pivotal question. And the sources throw up a massive warning flare right there. There's a real danger of drifting from loving the essence into just loving a fantasy.
So this is where projection comes in.
This is exactly it.
Is this like when people say, oh, I know he treats me like garbage, but I just love his soul?
That's the classic example, yes. You fall in love with an idea of someone rather than who they consistently are. You convince yourself you're seeing their deep potential, but you're just bypassing the fact that they're rude to waiters.
Or they ignore your boundaries. So you replace the real person with a symbol. You're loving a ghost.
And the sources are very clear. That is not connection. That is a hallucination. Grounded love doesn't ask you to be a doormat in the name of some spiritual connection.
So how do we tell the difference? I mean, from the inside, it can feel really similar. You think you're being deep and unconditional, but maybe you're just being delusional.
You look at the action. This is the part I love about these texts. They bring it right back down to earth.
Okay.
Essence isn't some invisible gas. It expresses itself through choices. It shows up in patterns of behavior.
So if someone's essence is kind and caring, they should actually be doing kind and caring things.
Imagine that. Yes. If the pattern of being is real, it manifests in the physical world. It does the dishes. It listens when you speak. It respects your boundaries.
It's a reality check.
It is. Honest love acknowledges actual behavior. It's not an escape from reality. It's a way of seeing the cause behind the actions. You see the being through their choices.
I like that. So you're saying, I see you, the real you, and I know it's you because I see how you show up every single day.
It's stability without the delusion. You aren't loving the costume, but you aren't ignoring the performance either.
So for everyone listening, it's a bit of a challenge to take home. We all have people in our lives we claim to love deeply.
The question is, if you stripped away the costume, the roles, the history, the appearance, all the stuff that makes them familiar, are you loving their actual pattern of being?
Or are you just in love with the idea of them?
It's a tough one to chew on.
It really is. Thanks for diving in with us today.